Okay, so here we'll start with the 11th question under your exercise 7.11. Okay, so here the previous video we had seen the definite integral properties and how do you evaluate the integrals by definite integral properties. Okay, so the same way we have it here also. Integral over minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 sine squared x. So I'll just give a name to it and we write it as integral over minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 you have here. So it's nothing but sine squared x dx is what you have in this case. Now what is that you have here? First of all, here I am going to make use of the property. What is the property I am going to use here? Minus integral over a to a, your f of x dx is equal to twice of integral over 0 to a f of x dx. Okay, when you say that f of x is said to be an even function. Okay, so here this is what you have here when you say that f of x is said to be an even function. Got it? So here we'll check whether this function is said to be an even function or not. So I'll just take this to be equal to f of x to be equal to sine squared x. So what is your f of minus x equal to here? Your f of minus x is equal to the sine squared x. I'll just write it as sine of minus x the whole squared. Okay, so what is sine of minus x? It's nothing but equal to minus sine x. So it is minus sine x the whole squared is what? It's nothing but equal to sine squared x itself. So here what is that? You have got the question itself. In other words, I can say that it is equal to f of x. Therefore, what can I say here? Your f of x is said to be an even function. Okay, so here we say that f of x is said to be an even function. This is what you have here. Okay, so if it's said to be an even function, how do I write this as actually here? You can write your I to be equal to twice of integral over, by what property I am using here? This is the property. Twice of integral over, the lower limit is nothing but 0 to the upper limit. What is your upper limit you get here? It is sine squared x dx. Okay, so here this is what you have here. Now I'll have to evaluate this integral. So we'll see how we can evaluate this integral here. So how do I evaluate the integral there? I is equal to twice of integral over 0 to pi by 2. You have it as sine squared x dx. So what is the identity you have here actually? Or your sine squared x is equal to twice of integral over 0 to pi by 2. I can write it as 1 minus cos 2x divided by 2 dx. This is what you have here. Your 2 and 2 it gets cancelled. So you're left with integral over 0 to pi by 2. It's nothing but 1 minus cos 2x okay dx. This is what you have here. So we'll just integrate it with respect to x. So when you integrate it with respect to x, integral of 1 is what? X minus integral of cos 2x is what? It's nothing but sine 2x divided by 2 over the limit. What will I have here? It's nothing but 0 to pi by 2. When you apply the upper limit, what will I get here? It's pi by 2 minus sine 2 into pi by 2 is what you get here. This is the lower limit minus the upper limit minus the lower limit. So what is the lower limit you get here? It is 0 minus sine 0 is nothing but equal to 0. This is what you have here. So this is equal to pi by 2 minus, what will I get here? This 2 gets cancelled. You are left with sine pi. What is sine pi here? It's nothing but equal to 0. So what is the answer you get here? I is equal to pi by 2. So this is the evaluation of this integral. You understood? Yes. Now here the 12th question. So what is the 12th question you get here? Integral over 0 to pi. It is x divided by 1 plus sine x dx. Okay, so here this is what you have here. It is x by 1 plus sine x dx. So here we'll just give a name to it here. So I'll just name it as I is equal to integral over 0 to pi x divided by 1 plus sine x dx. This is what you have here and we'll mark this as 1. Now if you see this integrand, it's not possible for us to integrate it by substitution, okay, neither by parts. It's not possible here actually here, because you have it as 1 by 1 plus sine x. Even if you to differentiate or to integrate again, in this case it's not possible here. So what we will do here in this case is we'll use a definite integral property. So what is the property I'm using here? Integral over 0 to a f of x dx is equal to integral over 0 to a. It's nothing but f of a minus x dx. This is a property we have here. So using this property, we have it as integral over 0 to pi. Okay, so what happens here? Your x is nothing but replaced by pi minus x. So how do I write here? It's nothing but pi minus x divided by 1 plus sine of, what will I have here? It's nothing but pi minus x dx. Okay, so here this is equal to integral over 0 to pi. You can have it as pi minus x divided by, what will I get here? 1 plus sine of pi minus x. It's nothing but sin x dx. Okay, so here this is what you have here. So your I is equal to integral over 0 to pi minus x divided by 1 plus sin x. This is what you have. Now we'll just add the first one and the second one. Okay, by the previous method here, when you add it, what will I get here? 2i is equal to integral over 0 to pi you have here. So what is your I? It's x divided by 1 plus sin x you get here. What is the next one you get here? It's nothing but pi minus x divided by 1 plus sin x dx. This is what you have here. Okay, now what happens here in the next step? Actually here your x and minus x, the denominator is the same, so you will have it as integral over 0 to pi. It is x plus pi minus x divided by 1 plus sin x dx. This is what you have here. Okay, so here if you see your x and minus x, it gets cancelled, so you're left with integral over 0 to pi divided by 1 plus sin x dx. Now again comes the problem of integration. If you know, if you have it as 1 plus cos x or 1 minus cos x, it would have been easy for us to integrate it, but you have it as 1 plus sin x. I don't have any known identity also here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to multiply and divide by the conjugate of the denominator. So what is the conjugate of the denominator? I've just taken this pi outside. So you will have it as 1 minus sin x divided by 1 plus sin x into 1 minus sin x. This is what you get here. Okay, 1 minus sin x dx. So here this is equal to pi into integral over 0 to pi. It's 1 minus sin x divided by 1 minus sin squared x dx. This is what you have here. Okay, so what is this equal to here? It's pi into integral over 0 to pi. It's 1 minus sin x divided by, what will I get here? It's cos squared x dx is what you have here. So this is equal to pi into integral over 0 to pi. You will just split it as 1 by cos squared x. So it is 1 by cos squared x minus sin x by cos squared x dx. This is what you get here. So we'll just separate it as two separate integrands and then we'll integrate it with respect to x. What is 1 by cos? It's nothing but secant. What will I get here? It will be nothing but tan into secant x. This is what you have here. Okay, so here it is equal to pi into integral over 0 to pi you get here. What is your 1 by cos squared? It's nothing but secant squared x you have here, minus what will I get here? It is secant x into tan x dx. This is what you have here. So this is equal to pi into, what is integral of secant squared x? That's nothing but equal to tan x, minus what will I get here? It is secant x over the limit 0 to pi. So here this is equal to pi into, what will I have here? It's tan pi minus what will I get here? Secant pi. This is what you have here. Okay, it's nothing but tan pi minus secant pi is what you have here, minus the lower limit. So what will be minus the lower limit? It's minus of, what will I get here? It's nothing but tan 0 minus what will I get here? It's nothing but secant 0. This is what you get here. So we'll see what you get here. It is equal to pi into, what is tan pi? It is 0 minus secant pi. What is cos pi? It is equal to minus 1. So what is secant pi? It also will be equal to minus 1. Minus into minus you will have it as plus, minus the lower limit. So what is minus the lower limit? Tan 0. What is tan 0? It is nothing but 0. Minus of minus is nothing but plus here. What is your secant 0? That is also equal to 1. So what is the answer you get here? It is equal to 2 pi. Okay, so here you have 2i is equal to 2 pi you get. Evaluating this, you get it as equal to 2 pi. So what is the value of I equal to here? I is equal to pi, because adding it you get it as 2i in the left hand side. Therefore you get I is equal to pi. You understood? Yes. Now the 13th question here. So the 13th question, it's integral over minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. It's nothing but sine power 7x dx. This is what you have here. Always when you have the lower limit and the upper limit to the same range, that is minus to plus, you will have to use the property integral over minus a to a f of x dx is equal to. Okay, so that's a property I'm going to use in this case. So before that, I'll just write it as I is equal to integral over minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. We have it as sine power 7x dx you have here. Okay, so what's the property I'm going to use here actually here? integral over minus a to a, your f of x dx is equal to 0 when f of x is said to be an odd function. Okay, so here we'll check whether the function is said to be odd or not. Actually here earlier I had used a similar one, but that was twice of integral over 0 to a where your f of x is said to be an even function. So how do you write in this case? Actually here I can write this to be equal to, so what will I have here? In this case, your f of x is equal to sine power 7x dx you have here. Sorry, 7x. What is your f of minus x equal to? F of minus x is equal to sine of minus x the whole power 7. So how do I write this as? It's minus sine x the whole power 7. This is what you get here. So it is equal to minus sine power 7x. This is what you have here. Okay, so what is this equal to here? It's equal to minus f of x. So what can I say here? Your f of x is said to be an odd function. Okay, so here I can say that your f of x is said to be an odd function in this case. So here f of x is said to be an odd function means what is that will happen? Actually here it is equal to 0. So what can I say? Your integral over minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 sine power 7x dx is equal to 0. So I can say that integral over sine power 7x dx is equal to 0. You understood? Okay. So here this is a very easy, it's only a 2-mark question. Seeing this itself you must be able to identify whether it's said to be an even function or an odd function, and then you'll have to write the answer to be equal to 0. Okay. Now the next question. So what's the next question you get here? Integral over 0 to pi by 2. Okay. So here you have it as sin x minus cos x divided by 1 plus sin x into cos x. This is what you get here. Okay, divided by 1 plus sin x into cos x dx. This is what you have here. Okay, so here we'll see how we can evaluate this one here. So here we have it as I is equal to integral over 0 to pi by 2. It's nothing but sin x minus cos x you have here. Okay, sin x minus cos x divided by 1 plus sin x into cos x. This is what you get here. 1 plus sin x into cos x dx. Okay, you have it like this. Now here what is the property? Is it possible for us to do by integration? That is also not possible here. So what is the other method I can use in this case? Only by this property. Okay, the properties of definite integrals. So again, what's the property I'm going to use here? Integral over 0 to a f of x dx is equal to integral over 0 to a. It's nothing but f of a minus x dx. This is the property I'm going to use here. So we'll see how we can evaluate this by using this property. So here I'll just write it as I is equal to, if you want I'll just write the question again. Integral over 0 to pi by 2. It's nothing but sin x minus cos x divided by 1 plus, what will I get here? Sin x cos x. This is what you have here. So we'll just write this as 1. Okay, I'm going to mark it as 1 here. Now we'll apply the property here. It's integral over 0 to pi by 2. I will have it as sine of pi by 2 minus x you get here, minus cos of pi by 2 minus x. This is what you get here, divided by, what will I get here? It's 1 plus sine of pi by 2 minus x you get here, into, what will I get here? It's cos of pi by 2 minus x dx. This is what you have here. So this is equal to integral over 0 to pi by 2. What is sine of pi by 2 minus x? It's nothing but equal to cos x. What is cos of pi by 2 minus x? It's nothing but equal to minus sine x divided by 1 plus, what will I get here? It is sine x into cos x dx. This is what you have here. So I will write this as I. You mark this equation as 2. Okay. Now we'll add the first one and the second one here. So when I add the first one and the second one, I plus I is what? 2i, which is equal to integral over 0 to pi by 2 you get here. Now add your 1. What is your 1 here? Your 1 is nothing but the question. It is sin x minus cos x divided by, what will I get here? It's 1 plus sin x into cos x you have here. Okay. Plus, what is the next one here? It is cos x minus sin x divided by, what will I get here? It is 1 plus sin x into cos x dx. This is what you have here. Okay. Now we'll just add it. So here this is equal to integral over 0 to pi by 2. You have the denominator as 1 plus sin x into cos x. This is what you have here. So what will I get? Sin x minus cos x plus, what will I have here? It's cos x minus sin x. This is what you have in this case. So what happens to the numerator here? Everything gets cancelled actually here. So what will I get here? It is equal to 0 because 0 by anything you will have it as 0. So what is the evaluation of this integral? What's the answer you get? It is equal to 0. You understood? Yes. Okay. Now we'll go over to the 16th question here. So what is the 16th question you get? Integral over 0 to pi, it's log of 1 plus cos x dx. Okay, integral over 0 to pi, log of 1 plus cos x dx you get here. So we'll just write it as I is equal to, as usual in this case. So here I'll just mark it as 1. So what is the property I'm going to use again here? The same property only here. So what is the property you get here? Integral over 0 to a, your f of x dx is equal to integral over 0 to a. It's nothing but f of a minus x dx. This is a property we have here. Okay. So using this property, we'll see how we can proceed here. So what is that you will get here? Your I is equal to, okay, I is equal to integral over 0 to pi. You will have it as log of 1 plus cos of, what will I get here? It's pi minus x dx. Okay, so here you have it as pi minus x dx. So what is that you get? It's integral over 0 to pi. It is log of 1 plus, what will, it's 1 minus cos x, not sorry, it's 1 minus cos x dx. This is what you get here, because cos of pi minus x is nothing but equal to minus cos x dx. Now what is that you will do in this case? You have it as 1 minus cos x dx you have here. So we'll see whether we can evaluate this integral. It's integral over 0 to pi. I can write it as log of, what will I get here? It's nothing but 2 into sine squared x by 2 dx. This is what you have here. 2 into sine squared x by 2 dx you have here. So here when you integrate this one, so what will you get when you integrate this one? Actually here it is nothing but equal to, here again this becomes 2 into 2, sorry, I can write this as integral over 0 to pi. I can write it as log 2 plus log of sine squared x by 2 dx. I can write it like this. What formula? What is the thing here? Log of m into n is equal to log m plus log n. So I'm using this rule here. Okay. So using this, I can write this as integral over 0 to pi. It is log 2 dx you have here, plus integral over 0 to pi. It's nothing but log of sine squared x by 2 dx. So we'll see how we can evaluate this integral. This one is not a problem at all. It's only a constant here. Now I'll have to evaluate this integral. So we'll see how we evaluate this integral here. So here I can integrate it and write it as log 2. Okay, so here it's log 2 into x over the limit 0 to pi. Okay, so here this is what you get here, plus 2 into log of sine of x by 2. 2 into 0 to pi log of sine x by 2. This is what you have here. Okay, dx. Now here we'll just put x by 2 is equal to t. Okay, so here we'll put x by 2 is equal to t. So what will happen actually here? I've just made the substitution for this integration purpose. You will get it as dt by dx is equal to 1 by 2 you have here. So what is your dx equal to here? Dx is equal to 2 dt. Now we'll just change the limit. So when I change the limit, what will happen actually here? When I change the limit, it will be nothing but you will have it like this. When your x is equal to 0, you will get t is equal to 0 by 2. That's nothing but equal to 0. When x is equal to pi, you will get t is equal to, the upper limit is nothing but pi by 2. So here you will have this to be equal to, okay, the integral I is equal to log of 2 over the upper limit. What is the upper limit you get here? It's pi minus 0 plus, what will I get here? 2 into integral over 0 to pi by 2. It's nothing but log of, what will I get here? It is sine t into 2 dt. This is what you get here. Okay, into 2 dt. Now this is equal to pi into log 2 is what you have here, plus what is the next one you get here? 4 into, you will have it as integral over 0 to pi by 2. It's nothing but log of sine t dt. This is what you have here. Okay, it's equal to log of sine t dt. See this again here, when you integrate this log of sine 2 dt, you will have it to be equal to pi into log 2 plus 4 into, this is nothing but minus pi by 2 into log 2. This is what you get here. So it gets cancelled. So what will I have here? Actually here your pi minus 2 pi log 2 is nothing but equal to minus pi into log 2. This is your integration. Okay. Yes. Now here the 17th question. Integral over 0 to a root of x divided by root x plus root of a minus x dx. This is what you have here. So here when you see this itself, you must be able to understand it's nothing but the property here. I'll just give a name to us I here, and this one we'll just mark it as 1. Okay. So the solution by using the property, what is the property again if you'll write it here? Integral over 0 to a f of x dx is equal to integral over 0 to a, it's nothing but f of a minus x dx. This is what you get here. So your I is equal to integral over 0 to a, it's root of a minus x divided by root of a minus x plus what will I get here? Root of a minus x dx. This is what you have here. Okay, that is your x is replaced by what actually here? A minus x, the upper limit minus x. So what will I get here? It's integral over 0 to a, it's root of a minus x divided by root of a minus x you get here, plus what is the next one? A and minus a gets cancelled, minus of minus it becomes nothing but x. So I will mark this as 2. So you have this as I. So I plus I, add 1 and 2 here. So when you add 1 and 2, what will I get here? I plus I is nothing but equal to 2I, which is equal to integral over 0 to a. Okay, so here you have this as, what is the numerator you get here? It is root x divided by root x plus square root of a minus x you get here, plus square root of a minus x divided by square root of x plus square root of a minus x dx. This is what you have here. Okay. Now we'll see what you get. It's equal to integral over 0 to a, it's root of x plus root of a minus x divided by root of x plus root of a minus x dx you get. So what is this equal to? Integral over 0 to a, it's nothing but dx you have here. So it is equal to x over the limit 0 to a. So what is the answer you get here? Your 2I is equal to a, which implies what's your I equal to here? Your I is equal to a by 2. You understood? Yes.